On to the next one. Second question here is from Richard Mather 1906. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the support as always. I'll read your exact comment and then I'll translate that into the core question. The comment was, very interesting video. I get the basic point you're making. This was on a video called Why Saving After This Number is Almost Pointless. However, in the real world, is it not important to factor in someone's tax bracket? If they will be paying a high amount of taxes on the money that they stop saving, the math might look better for continuing to put this into a 401, to put it into the 401k. A fair amount of people at their absolute peak earning years are at their absolute peak earning capacity right before retirement. This is particularly true if they have, let's say, RSUs or restricted stock units that are starting to vest. It's a nice problem to have, but keeping the taxes down is a significant plus in favor of saving as much as you can, even if you are pretty well funded already. Great question. So the core question there, should high earners keep maximizing pre-tax savings even after their retirement targets funded? The core thrust of the video that I made was not that someone should stop saving, that there's anything wrong with still saving. It is totally a personal choice. The whole goal of the video was to say, if we don't calculate how much we need saved in order to fund our retirement, what we risk is working extra years to keep saving beyond what is necessary. Now, that has nothing to do with preference. It's totally like, I'll give you an example. I like sports examples. If I want to run a mile in 6 minutes, I train 3-4 times a week, running. If I never test my mile time, I may have found out that 6 months into my training, 6 months ago, I'm already capable of running that 6-minute mile, but I've kept training and I didn't need to for that goal, right? Now, I may say, well, I like running, so I'm just going to keep running. I have no problem with it. And maybe I'll test later and I'll find out I can run it in 5:15, 5 minutes and 15 seconds. I'll be thrilled about it. That's totally fine. My point is just illustrating, like, too often in life, what we do is we never test our readiness for the goal that we are seeking. And therefore we don't know if we're wasting time, if our efforts are well received, or if we're over, doing our efforts. So the thrust of the video is not to tell anyone don't save or don't continue to save. It was just that we should do more testing to find out whether our capabilities are matching our goals. Now, in your case, if your capabilities match your goals, but you still like working and you want to keep saving and you have very high taxable income in RSUs, totally makes sense to save to pre-tax. In fact, I've made many videos advocating for the fact that oftentimes pre-tax savings are better than Roth savings or after-tax savings. But there are a list of trade-offs we would want to consider. And again, I'm not going to this is not the format for us to get into a whole set of dependencies on why might you still absorb the tax while working in order to create a post-tax bucket of money. There are good reasons, but they're very, very individual. But broadly speaking, just to answer your question, you're totally correct in the sense that if you are either not at the savings target to meet your desired spending in retirement, then saving in the most tax efficient way makes a lot of sense. Or if you are at your appropriate savings target in order to meet your retirement spending targets, but you still like work and you're still going to work, well, then continuing to save in an efficient way also makes a lot of sense. And then some people will also get some permission and say, look, if I've saved enough and I want to do some more travel while I'm 55 or 56, even though I'm going to lose some money on the tax arbitrage, maybe they want to do that too. Like, it's everyone's right to determine tax is just a cost we pay for a privilege, right? We're going to pay it somewhere. And if someone wants to pay the tax now in order to use the funds now while they're young and healthy, like, far be it for me to tell them not to. So I hope that made sense. It's a very good question though. And it really is 2 steps. One is there's 2 parts to just to summarize it. Identifying our capability and running more diagnostic tests to just check where we are, where our status is, or what our capability is, and then make decisions from that informed perspective. And the second is, what's your preference, right? Do you want the money now? Are you willing to pay the tax now? Do you want the money later and you don't need it now? Defer the tax, right? So that's totally fine. Awesome question, by the way, Richard Mather, 1906. Thank you again. Real quick, let me show you the exact 3-pillar comprehensive retirement roadmap that takes retirees from uncertainty to peace of mind that less than 1% of retirees actually have in place. Now, I've built hundreds of these for retirees, and I can say with a high degree of confidence that these are the 3 pillars every retiree needs to have in place in order to have full confidence that they're not missing anything in their retirement plan. And I broke each of these down by the specific questions. You can see them here that each needs to be answered and the best way to answer them. Now, we've done this across
pre-retirees, recent retirees, married couples, single retirees, $1 million portfolios, $10 million portfolios, all the above, and it works. And it's my gift to you today. It's absolutely free. It's in the first link in the description below this video. It's going to say free comprehensive retirement roadmap training. Just click the link, enter your info, and you'll get instant access all for free.